Hey, glad you could make it. Let's start off with you picking which game you want to play.
Oh, you're a doll. Thank you.
Look, college boy, I spent some time in
Okay,
places
great.
where a dog is considered a delicacy, okay?
Now,
So
tell
don't
me, how
come
many people do
telling
we
me,
have playing today?
What I can and cannot eat.
Good enough.
Just
Player
let me
one,
get a
type your
little
name in.
Caesar salad and be on your way.
Let's try it again.
Where did you put the contestants?
Well,
Thank you much. Player two, let's have your name now.
Standby booth?
Yeah.
Very good. Player three, you know the drill.
What do you want?
Closet, Todd.
No,
All right.
I'm responsible for that kind of
Player one, your buzzer is the letter Q. Q as in patchwork quilt. Player two, your buzzer is the letter B as in bandwidth. And player three, you have the letter P as in internet service provider. Okay, keep them doggies rolling now.
20 seconds.
Okay, listen up. You're gonna get a bunch of questions. If you think you know the answer, buzz in, then type a 1, 2, 3, or 4, whichever answer you want. Or if it's a fill in the blank, just type in the answer.
10,
Good luck.
9, 8,
And get rid of the desktop.
5,
Take it to black.
4,
Here we go.
3.
Timothy, don't just play God, be God.
Daddy.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. Hello there, and welcome to our Golden Medley episode. We've got some of the finest trivia illegally harvested in the dead of night from local farmers for your playing pleasure. So enjoy. All right, first I need to pass out some screws. Here you go, 3 contestants, 3 screws. Not to offend you, but this is how you screw someone. If you want to force your neighbor into answering a question that you know they don't know, buzz in and slap that S key. You got it? All right, you ready? Let's start. Time to pick a category.
Question number 1.
I believe this one is called, When You Get to the Middle of Nowhere, Turn Right. $3,000 for this one. One question coming right up. If you were really to go from here to Timbuktu, on what continent would you eventually find yourself? Take a shot, player 2. Last time I checked, Timbuktu was in Africa. You know, it makes you wonder what people in Timbuktu say when they want to say something's far away. From here to Detroit? All right, I need a category. Excellent choice. Players 1 and 3, step back, because player 2 is going on a dis or dat. This dis or dat category name is, We Will No Longer Wear Your Silly Bibs. Okay, I'm going to read off 7 names here, and for each one, I need you to tell me if it's a way to prepare lobster or a political separatist group. As each one appears before you, if it's a lobster dish, press 1. If it's a separatist group. Oh, you already know how to play. Fine. You got 30 seconds. You ready? Let's dance. Puffball canapé. Zapatista. Basque. Bisque. Newburgh. Quebecois. One more. Kurds. That'll do it. Perfect. And with time to spare, no less. Here you go. Congratulations, let's move on.
Answer question 3.
This one's called Part 4, a new test result. You get it right, I'm giving you $1,000. Think fast, it's question time. Suppose Luke wants to have tests run to be sure that Darth Vader is his father. Which of the following is the best indicator of paternity? DNA... Player 3, give me an answer. The most accurate indicators of paternity are DNA tests. You know, the good thing about having Darth Vader as a father is he could pretty much beat up any other father on the block. The bad part is, he cut your hand off. Player one, looks like you're the one who's screwed. Give me a category.
Hallelujah! Bow your heads and pray to Thor.
For your viewing pleasure, you've got conspiracy mail. You get it right, you get 2K. Ready? Here's the question. Imagine an episode of The X-Files where Scully and Mulder try to investigate File 404. Considering internet terminology, what would be true of that X-File? Player 2, go! File 404 is the error message that comes up when a website can't be found. So that means the truth is out there somewhere in cyberspace. We just can't find it because some idiot typed in the wrong URL. That's the end of round one. We'll be back with round two right after these messages.
To learn more about an advertiser, hit any key on your keyboard. We'll show you more information after you leave the game.
Chain of command at 2am.com today, soldier.
Welcome back. It's time to play round two, where the values are double. All right, I hope you're all together, because we're going. Time to pick a category. We're calling this one Ice Cream. Who screams? And this one's worth $6,000. Okay, imagine you wanted... Hey, you hear that? I think I hear the ice cream man. Suppose those kids finally get to the good humor man and he becomes the bad humor man. According to medieval theory, which of his four humors is probably out of whack? Player two, grab it! Supposedly, too much yellow bile is what makes people angry. Or it could be the fact that he's got to listen to that damn circus music every day. All right, I need a category. Well, what do we have here? Milk, butter, and a dozen human eggs. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. You know, used to be there was only one way to have a baby, the fun way. Nowadays, you can pretty much custom design your offspring. Hell, you can even borrow eggs from donors. Say, suppose human eggs are graded according to the same system as chicken eggs. What would be the highest quality egg a couple could request? All yours, player one. The highest grade of eggs is AA. But you gotta pay a higher price for those top quality eggs. I hear those eggs from Harvard donors make a better omelet. Give me a category.
7, lucky 7.
Well, what do we have here? What a ham. I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. Let's see how you handle this one. If you ask the lovely and talented Mia Hamm, what up? What would be her most appropriate response? Nothing, I'm just kicking it. Player two, go! The captain and star player of the U.S. women's soccer team is none other than Mia Hamm. She's a terrible show-off. I mean, look at the way she runs around in those shorts and that jersey. Hussy. All right, pick a category. All right, flesh, butt, spits, I'm poor.
It's time for a Tinker Test Drum.
One gibberish category coming up. That really frappes my chino. The opening value of this gibberish question is $10,000. Now check this out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. All right, listen very, very closely. And tell me, what does this rhyme with? Player two, go for it. Type in your answer. Hey, I not only thank God it's Friday, I thank God I live in America, where I can go to a bland chain restaurant and spend lots of money on big fruity drinks and forget about how much I hate spending 40 hours a week at my job. Time to pick a category.
Aloha, question number 9.
I believe this one is called Gentle Touches. I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. Hey, you know what I haven't seen in a while? That great movie, The Untouchables. You know, Elliot Ness and all his buddies who couldn't be, they were untouchable. What am I trying to say here? What would Al Capone have needed to do in order to touch the Untouchables? Player 1! The Untouchables got their name because they couldn't be bribed. Yep, great movie. The story of U.S. federal employees who couldn't be bribed. God, I love good fiction. That's the end of round 2. We'll be right back with round 3 after this. Welcome back. It's time to play round 3. All right, like it or not, you're getting a screw. Only one. That should be plenty. All right, if everybody's ready, let's do it. All right, I need a category.
10 fingers and 10 toes. Would you like to have a cheap cigar?
Coming at you. Don't bogart the poetry. And this one's going to be worth $4,000. So you're familiar with the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, right? Their acronym is NORMAL. You're on their mailing list. Because this poet wrote the book Leaves of Grass, who would you expect NORMAL to mistakenly invite to speak at one of their rallies? Take a shot, player 2. That big pothead, Walt Whitman, wrote the collection of poems called Leaves of Grass.
Dude, wait a minute, man. Walt Whitman is dead, man.
Well, could he come next year, then? All right, pick a category.
It's 11 minus 1 plus 2 minus 1. It's 11.
We're calling this one Go Play in Traffic. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Okay, time to fill in the blank. Now when you know the answer to this one, buzz in and type like mad. Oh, but first, listen to this traffic report I just happened to pick up on my CB radio.
Chuck, I-90 is backed up because an amphibian keeps trying to cross the freeway. It's dodging in and out of traffic with no concern for safety.
It's all you, players. It's a fun-filled game where you try to prevent a frog from being turned into a pile of guts. It's Frogger. Originally, the game was called Whiny 3-Year-Old, but nobody tried to save the kid from the cars. Give me a category.
Well, let's delve into question 12.
This category is known as They Lip Stink. How does $4,000 grab you? See what you can do with this one. If the fame of pop stars Milli Vanilli lasted 1 millisecond, how long were they in the public's conscience? Player 2, go! A millisecond is 1,000th of a second. Yeah, it just goes to show you. My grandfather's old saying is still true today. Hard work and honesty can never be replaced by hair extensions and spandex bodysuits. All right, I need a category.
Look at the green.
It's 13.
The category is You're Way Off the Marky Mark. How does $2,000 sound? You know, they say the past will always catch up to you. And they're right. Because, Mr. Wahlberg, no matter how many prosthetic penises you whip out on the silver screen, people will always remember you were a white boy rapper. So, you might as well just fess up right now. Say Mark Wahlberg admits the whole Marky Mark thing was just about the money. Considering the country that uses the mark, what kind of currency was he trying to make? Player 2, grab it! The German unit of currency is the Deutschmark. And when you consider that Germany is a country where David Hasselhoff is double platinum, I'd say Marky Mark's success is fairly understandable. Time to pick a category.
Ain't no love like number 14.
The category? Mascots. More effective than laws. You want $6,000? Give me your right answer. Heads up, here it comes. Considering the organization he represents, which scenario would be the most ironic thing that could happen to lovable mascot Eddie Eagle? He accidentally Player 1, who do you want to screw? Player 2, you gotta answer it. Lovable Eddie Eagle is the mascot used by the lovable NRA to promote its child gun safety program. I understand the program's motto is, guns don't kill people, they just help speed up the process. Well, like the man says, Player 1, one good screw deserves another. Yeah, that's it for round 3. One Jack Attack coming up right after this.
Play poker online with other people live at www.2am.com.
Introducing a revolutionary concept in web design, airforce.com. Enjoy one-stop shopping for Air Force wallpaper, screensavers, e-cards, and games, all absolutely free. This is an unlimited time offer, so act now. Visit www.airforce.com. Welcome to the Jack Attack. When you see 2 words on the screen that match, hit your buzzer. If you're right, I'll give you $2,000. If you're wrong, you're going down 2,000. But don't forget, remember the clue. Not any old word's gonna do it. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. 1999, and it's TV season. Ooh, that reminds me. I've got to clean my toilet. Player 2, thanks for joining us. Let's check the final scores. Player 2's got it. Yeah, Player 2, you're the coolest. You're like Fonzie. Players 1 and 3, you're like Ralph and Potsy. Hey, Player 2, smack the side of the computer and see if you can get it to say, "You don't know Jack."
Howdy, kids. This is Pecos Bucky here, telling you to tune in next week for another exciting episode of You Don't Know Jack the netShow. Woohoo! And they didn't even pay me to say this. Woohoo!
That's a wrap, people. Let's get those commercials rolling. And Cookie, are we doing this again or what?
Hey, if you guys want to play again, just let me know, okay? All right. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's move it, folks. Hey, welcome. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. All right, first up, pick which game you want to play.
Yeah, green or red, and that's above threshold.
Super. And how many players do we have playing today? A fine choice. Now, player one, why don't you type your name in?
That's a broom closet.
You're up, player two. Type away.
I'm not responsible for that.
Thanks. Now, player three, start typing.
On headset, people. We're getting ready to go.
Thanks.
All right.
45 seconds.
Player one, you have the letter Q as your buzzer. Q as in squid. Player two, your buzzer is the letter B as in batch of bananas.
Oh, I don't really
And player
remember.
three, your buzzer is P as in the old proverb, playing with Peter to pay off Paul.
Almost filmed his show. I mean,
that ain't my job description.
20 seconds. What's the word? Who's got 20?
Okay, heads up. Here's how the game works. The first one of you to buzz in on a question gets first stab at the answer. So you buzz in and then press 1, 2, 3, or 4 depending on which answer you want. You read me? Good.
10.
Good luck.
9. 8. Get rid of the desktop, please. 6.
And
5. Black. 4.
My
3.
Little Available. Also available, My Little Split Personality and My Little Addiction.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. And Josh Schmitzenstein takes the plate. Here's the pitch, the swing, and it's out of the park! The crowd is going wild! Schmitty has done it again! He has done it again! Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was just living out a little fantasy of mine. I'll be right with you. I want to finish up here. And here comes the Kissing Bandit to cover our hero Schmitty with kisses. Okay, now I'm ready. Hey, did I mention it was our World Series episode? Good. First, I need to hand out some screws. Here you are, 3 shiny screws. Okay, word on the screws. If you get to a question that you know your neighbor doesn't have the answer to, show no mercy. Buzz in, hit the S key, and screw them. Believe me, it's fun. Okay, you ready to go? Let's do it. Give me a category.
Question number 1.
Here we have, it's not if you win or lose, it's how you argue the calls. Get this one right, you get $1,000. And now, your question. Say a baseball manager wants to contest an umpire's call, which is awful unsportsmanlike, don't you think? If the manager is in a dugout, how will he most likely get out to the field to argue? Player 3, have at it! A dugout is a canoe or boat made from a hollowed-out log. But don't tell that to the players. Next thing you know, they'll all be insisting that they sit in a yacht instead. All right, pick a category. Let's see what we got going. The chow mein comes with a hot dog, and this one's going to be worth $2,000. Pencils ready. Let's do it. Which of the following is as American as baseball? Dinner. All yours, player 1. Chop suey is a Chinese-American dish. They don't have it in China. In case you were wondering, in China, they also don't have restaurants with names like Use, Take Out, and What's Up. Time to pick a category.
Answer question 3.
This category is known as Fly Ball Deep to Finland. We're playing for $3,000 this time. Okay, get out your passports. It seems the World Series is so big, they're actually going to use the whole world as the baseball diamond. Imagine home plate is Antarctica, the North Pole is center field, and the pitcher's mound is in the Sudan. Where's first base? Mexico, Canada, Belgium, or China? Player 1! If Antarctica were home plate and you batted toward the North Pole, first base would be somewhere around China. Oh, and if you're watching the game, don't get stuck in the cheap seats in Alaska. It takes the beer guy forever to get there. All right, I need a category.
Hallelujah! Bow your heads and pray to Thor.
For your enjoyment, the land of the free and the foam of the brave. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. Heads up, here it comes. If you're wearing a giant foam rubber #1 finger at a World Series game, what might a person who reads sign language assume you are signing? A for Angels. Player 2, go! That big foam finger with the index finger pointed up and the other fingers curled over the thumb looks most like the sign language letter D. Of course, the mere fact that you're wearing a foam finger pretty much means you're saying D for dork. That's the end of round 1. We'll be back with round 2 right after these messages.
To learn more about an advertiser, hit any key on your keyboard. We'll show you more information after you leave the game.
Lay chain of command at 2am.com today, soldier.
Welcome back. Time to play round 2, where the values are double. Now remember, you got these screws, you may as well use them, alright? Just buzz in and hit the S key to force someone else to answer the question. I mean, come on, when is screwing ever going to be that simple again? You ready? Good, we're starting. Give me a category. Hey, bless smut with dime store.
It's time for a Tinkerlick test drum.
Let's see if you can make some sense out of this gibberish category. Weight loss secrets of the stars. The opening value of this gibberish question is $10,000. Now check this out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. Okay, see if you can tell me what useless cliche this rhymes with. Player 2, go for it. Type in your answer. Excuse me? Are you talking to me on my show? I don't think so. Take a look at your score. Fuck me, fuck you. No, I didn't say fuck you. I said fuck you. Okay, now that we've dispensed with the pleasantries, let's get back to the game. Anybody? Player 1, it's all you. Type in your answer. Actually, most balls bounce the same way. Up and down and up and down. It's a physics thing. All right, pick a category.
We're a bunch of hicks and we love the question 6.
For your viewing pleasure, I see a bad moon rising. And he's up to bat. Heads up, this one's going to be $6,000. Ready? Catch this. Suppose the planets decide to have a galactic World Series. Because it doesn't have 9 moons to make up a team, which of these would not be able to compete? Player 3, have at it! Neptune has just 8 moons, or satellites, so it'd come up a player short. But you know what? That's okay, because really, who likes Neptune anyway? I mean, what has Neptune ever done for anybody? It's all about Neptune. Selfish bastards. Time to pick a category. Excellent choice. Players 1 and 2, move over, because player 3 is going into a dis or dat. And this dis or dat questions category is, what is the atomic symbol for a strike? Let's see. I think I feel like reading off the names of, 7 fields, okay? And for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a ballpark or a scientific concept. as each one comes up. If it's a major league ballpark, press 1. If it's a scientific concept, press 2. And to skip it, press 4. Oh, you already know how to play. Fine, you got 30 seconds. You ready? Let's dance. Magnetic field. Edison field. Tropicana field. Quantum field. Unified field. Synergy field. That'll do it. Perfect. And with time to spare, no less. Here you go. Congratulations. Let's move on. All right, I need a category.
2, 4, 6, 8. Question 8 is jailbait. Go 8.
For your enjoyment, beer. The alcohol that made pork rinds palatable. How does $4,000 grab you? So you know what goes well with baseball, don't you? Beer. And lots of it. Given that it's the beer that made Milwaukee famous, what would autograph-seeking fans ask the city of Milwaukee to sign? Their Schlitz cans, their Miller High Life cans, their Milwaukee's Best cans, or their Coors Light cans? Gotta answer it, player 1. Well, it says right here on the label of the cool Schlitz beer that I'm holding that it's 12 ounces, I shouldn't drink it if I'm pregnant, and that it's made Milwaukee famous.
I really want to thank you. You made me everything I gotta go to the bathroom now.
Hey, player 2, right back at you with that screw action. All right, pick a category.
Aloha, question number 9.
For your viewing pleasure, talking baseball in tongues. And this one's going to be worth $6,000. You know what would be really cool about having a World Series that involved countries from all over the world? Well, then you could see athletes who are, in shape. Suppose the World Series took place in different countries around the world. Because it is the name of an actual place, which of these could you do? Catch a grounder in Germany. Player 1, do it! It is actually the name of a town in Iraq. You can find it if you head just east of the city called Scum-Sucking American Pigs and then make a right at the Capitalist Devils Must Die International Airport. That's the end of round 2. We'll be right back with round 3 after this. Welcome back. It's time to play round 3. Everybody's going to start out with 1 screw. Here you go. All right, y'all set? Here we go. Give me a category.
10 fingers and 10 toes. Would you like to have a cheap cigar?
Well, what do we have here? Baseball movie plus love story equals cha-ching. And this one's worth $2,000. Could you please help me out here? I'm trying to remember the name of this actor. Just buzz in and type his name when you know it. He's one of my favorites. He's very talented, very diverse. You know the guy. He plays a baseball player in Bull Durham. He plays a baseball fan in Field of Dreams. And he plays a baseball player in For Love of the Game. Who? It's all you players. My close personal friend, Kevin Costner, is the actor in all of those baseball-related films. But if you think his great talent is limited to baseball parts, you must not be familiar with his work in such classic films as The Postman or Waterworld. All right, I need a category.
It's 11 minus 1 plus 2 minus 1 is 11.
We're calling this one 2001, A Base Odyssey. And this one's worth $4,000. Hey, have you seen how some teams have been sporting those futuristic uniforms this year? It's kind of creepy. Anyway, suppose that, in the future, baseball develops a brave new World Series. Based on the Huxley novel, which of these will occur? Player 3, do it! The novel Brave New World portrays a future in which humans are developed in hatcheries and conditioned from birth. Yes, and what a frightening world it would be if baseball players were conditioned from birth to be the same. Why, it's so much better now having 1,000 unique and individual crybaby personalities in baseball. Time to pick a category.
Well, let's delve into question 12.
Well, what do we have here? Who cares who's on first? I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. Well, it wouldn't be a World Series episode without that baseball comedy classic, Who's On First? Why don't you listen to this old tape? I said, who's on first? Me first album was with the Attractions. No, who's on first? It's all yours, player one. My close personal friend Elvis Costello was born Declan McManus, recorded with the Attractions, and had a U.S. hit with Every Day I Write the Book. Thanks a lot for coming in, Elvis. Right, Schmitty, anytime, eh? Say, and be sure to tune in next week when Harpo Marx hits Richard Marx with a sock full of manure. All right, pick a category.
Look at the green.
It's 13.
Coming at you, it's root for the fascists. And this one's going to be worth $4,000. Now, you know what I've been thinking is that the World Series ought to include the whole world, right? So, say the disputes of World War I were settled on the playing field instead of on the battlefield. If the triple entente turned to triple play, how would the ball have been thrown? Canada to the U.S. Player 2, go! Player 2, who's going to get the screw? Player 3, give me an answer. During the early 20th century, the Triple Entente consisted of an alliance between Britain, France, and Russia. Batters out. Out on second. Out on third. Nice work, Player 2. Looks like you're getting screwed. Let's see how you handle the hardware. Give me a category. I believe this one is called The Physics of Stadium Hijinks. And this one's worth $6,000. You know, in all my years of watching people make complete idiots of themselves at baseball games, there's something I've always wanted to know. Because the wave travels side to side and the people doing it travel up and down, what sort of wave is the wave? A standing wave, a longitudinal wave, a Doppler wave, or a transverse wave? It's all you, Player 3. In a transverse wave, the vibrations are perpendicular to the direction of the wave. Don't worry, I don't understand either.
Wow, will you look at that baby trace that parabolic trajectory? You can bet the integral of that function's gonna be huge.
All right, that's all around 3. Now, right after these messages, you're going to have a jack attack.
Play poker online with other people live at www.2am.com.
Introducing a revolutionary concept in web design, airforce.com. Enjoy one-stop shopping for Air Force wallpaper, screensavers, e-cards, and games, all absolutely free. This is an unlimited time offer, so act now. Visit www.airforce.com. Welcome to the Jack Attack. When you see 2 words on the screen that match, hit your buzzer. If you're right, I'll give you $2,000. If you're wrong, you're going down 2,000. But don't forget, remember the clue. Oh, well, someone's been attacked before. Let's see how much you've learned. Here's your clue. Could you translate that into baseball? Batter up.
all the scrubbing in the world ain't gonna get the stench of that jack attack off of you. Let's look at your final scores. Player 1's got it. Player 1, I have seen some glorious victories in my day, and then I've seen victories like this one. Take what you can, because...
You don't know Jack!
Howdy, kids. This is Pecos Bucky here, telling you to tune in next week for another exciting episode of You Don't Know Jack the netShow. Woohoo! And they didn't even pay me to say this. Woohoo!
Nice work, folks. Okay, let's get those commercials rolling, and what's happening? Are we going to go again, or what?
Hey, players, if you want to do this again, just let me know. All right. Fine then. See ya.
I wasn't